Thank you for tuning in to the Phillip Scott Show. My name is Danielle DeVita and I am a proud contributor. So I saw a video from the Tonight Show, and this lady said that she, had this issue, this financial issue, and finances can really break a relationship. And I wanted to go ahead and roll that clip and talk a little bit more about it.
One person is financially responsible, but the other person just hasn't got there just yet.
So I was in a situation where I was the financially responsible one and he wasn't. And I said, okay, well, fine. You spend your money on the fun, and I'll spend my money on the finances, and I'll be the responsible one, don't worry. And then after a couple years, you grow that resentment. And you try not to, because you tell yourself, nah, he takes care of the movies. Fuck the electric bill. And we don't need lights. We went to see Panther. It was good. But you grow that resentment after a while, so you got to be careful with that. And if that person, like Randy said, ain't growing, then finances are the number one reason why people do not work.
They do not work in marriage.
No. Right. So taking a listening to this video, I realized, yes, it is a financial issue, but that's not the real issue. That's not why this relationship didn't work out. The relationship didn't work out, one, because this guy, you got a bum. You got a guy who is what sometimes we like to call hobo sexual, which is the person who does not have money, car, or the things on their own, a house and things like that, so they use the woman. And in this case, he used you for your money, and you allowed him to use money that he received for fun. You'd rather see Black Panther over paying a light bill. So it shows a little bit about your mindset. So vetting is the issue here. I talk often on my channel about vetting. Vetting is going to be what helps you get a man who is best for you. Vetting is like with political candidates. A lot of managers, political managers and things like that, they vet for the right person. They look into this person's style, their politics, their home life, and they look to see how they are presented, not just on paper, but how they're perceived to others when they're out, how their charisma and everything. This is the same how you need to be in relationships. Don't just look at a person's looks. Look at their mindset. Look at their how they're financially stable. How are they mentally stable? How are they emotionally stable? How are their past relationships? How are their decision-making skills? And a lot of issues with this relationship, yes, resentment set in, but you wouldn't have had this situation if you had the proper vetting skills. A lot of times we spend time watching shows like this, and people are not in successful relationships, not married, and they're providing you their experiences like it's going to help you, but they're in the same boat as you. So there's no hate with this, but I'm just saying you want to listen to people who are actually taking that knowledge and they're gaining wisdom from it. So now I'm coming to you. I've been married for 13 years. I did meet my husband at 21. And so I'm saying, even with a young mindset, what were my thoughts process? Is this man financially stable? How is he? Does he speak in love? Is he someone who is going to aspire for something, or does he accept mediocrity? Right off the bat, the gentleman that's in this video, or the guy she was talking about, that she handled the monetary things, like bills and things, and he handled the fun. Well, what guy who is supposed to be a leader does this? No matter how modern a woman says she is, no matter whatever she said, that she's not traditional, no woman, it seems like even though she can say she can be modern, she doesn't want a modern man. She wants a man who is traditional enough to be a leader, to be financially stable, to take her out of being in that masculine role of providing and protecting, and he assume that role. Because a lot of times when women say they don't mind doing that, it's only for a period of time. After a while, she wants a man to jump in and take over. So essentially, she wants a traditional man, a man who is a go-getter, who is aspiring for greatness on his own. So a lot of times this gets misinterpreted when people like me say, hey, go after potential. I don't mean the potential you see in him. I mean the potential that he sees in himself. And whoever this guy was that she was dating, he didn't see potential in himself. He saw her potential and took advantage of it. And I think we need to learn to discern who we should be with, not just relationships, but friendships and all these things. Sometimes we're making poor decisions and we blame it on others, that it's, oops, their fault. Oops, they did me wrong. But no, you didn't properly vet for the people that came into your life. So yes, while this is a financial issue, while there could be love and trust issues and respect issues here and there, but the number one issue is vetting issue. We spend so much time talking about whether this person is an 8, 9, or 10, but we only look at the outside, but look at the inside and the mindset. Are there 8, 9, and 10 in that too? So sometimes we look at things one-sided. Look at everything. Don't just look at their paper resume. Look to see if their experience, their live experience, what they're saying to you matches what they say on their resume. We can do this on jobs. We go to a job, we know what our resume needs to look like, and resumes are black and white. You look at it, you see they have this, they have that, but we make so much exceptions when it comes to people in our lives when they could be setbacks for us. We should be in spaces where people add value to our life and reciprocity. We add value to their life. So again, when you're listening to shows like this, these people have no experience under their belt, no relationships that are successful, and they're having a tonight conversation with you every night, and you're putting this in your spirit, and you're not getting anything out of it, except how not to vet. Right? And so I'm saying, when you listen to people, try to listen to people who are married, listen to people who do know what they're talking about, who have not just something on paper, but they actually back it up. They have receipts to show what are they doing, the things that they say they're doing. All right. So again, we listen to conversations, we listen to this person talks about relationship and things like that all the time, but obviously she's having issues with vetting. No shade against her, but she has a vetting issue. She doesn't know how to choose the right man. So we can't keep listening and asking people questions that don't know the answer to it. They only can tell you their mistakes, but yet people can tell you their successes. Not too many times people can do that. So this is just my thoughts, my experiences alone. Take it or leave it. I said what I said. All right, thanks for tuning in to the Phillip Scott Show. To know more about my content, you can go to mrsdanielledevita.com, or you can go to my website, mrsdanielledevita.com. All right, thank you very much for tuning in. Take care.